In the UFC, no one is truly unbeatable. Champions rise, legends fall, and sometimes the underdog delivers the fight of their life. Today, we're counting down the top 5 biggest upsets in UFC history. Number 5. Juliana Peña vs Amanda Nunes, UFC 269. Nunes was seen as the greatest female fighter of all time, having crushed legends like Ronda Rousey, Chris Cyborg, and Valentina Shevchenko. Peña was counted out by almost everyone. But in round 2, she pressured Nunes, landed clean shots, and stunned the champion before locking in a rear naked choke. The MMA world was left in shock as Peña pulled off one of the greatest upsets of modern UFC history. Number 4. Holly Holm vs Ronda Rousey, UFC 193. Rousey was the face of the UFC, undefeated, and finished most of her fights in under a minute. People called her unbeatable, but Holm stayed composed, used her footwork, and in round 2 delivered a thunderous head kick that knocked Ronda out cold. It wasn't just a loss, it was the end of an era. This upset shocked not only MMA fans, but the entire world of sports. Number 3. Michael Bisping vs Luke Rockhold, UFC 199. Bisping had been in the UFC for nearly a decade without ever winning gold. He got the title shot on just 2 weeks' notice and was a massive underdog. Rockhold, the champion, looked confident and unstoppable. But in round 1, Bisping landed a perfect left hook that sent Rockhold crashing down. Moments later, he was the new champion. It was the ultimate underdog story, proving that persistence pays off. Number 2. Chris Weidman vs Anderson Silva, UFC 162. Silva was the greatest of all time, on a 16-fight UFC win streak and 10 title defenses. Nobody believed Weidman could beat him. But in round 2, Silva got overconfident, dropped his hands, and started taunting. Weidman stayed focused, landed a clean left hook, and knocked Silva out cold. The MMA world was stunned. The king had finally fallen, making this one of the most shocking moments ever inside the octagon. Number 1. Matt Serra vs Georges St. Pierre, UFC 69. The biggest upset in UFC history, Matt Serra vs Georges St. Pierre at UFC 69. GSP was the welterweight king, young, dominant, and considered one of the best fighters alive. Serra was seen as a huge underdog, with almost no chance. But in round 1, Serra landed a crushing right hand that stunned GSP, and followed up with relentless punches until the referees stopped the fight. The entire MMA world was in disbelief. Matt Serra's victory over GSP will forever be remembered as the ultimate UFC upset. These were the top 5 biggest upsets in UFC history. They remind us that no matter how dominant a fighter seems, one night can change everything. Which upset shocked you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more UFC content.